My name is Davis Wardwell. I'm 18
My
years
name's
old.
Lisa
My name is
Hannon.
Noah Blunt. I'm the student pastor here
Trio
at Westside.
I'm actually Charlie's cousin.
David Thomas, here with Charlie.
Austin Gregory. Thank you for having
My
me.
name is Donovan
My name is
Jones.
Micah Aver. I'm a student at Lounge High
All
School.
right. Well, Mr. Charlie, you're going to lead us out here tonight on your Young Minds podcast.
All right, welcome back to the podcast. I'm so glad to have our next guest on with us today. It is Kyle Jackson. He's back with us today for his second go-round.
Yeah.
And, one of the big things that was in your testimony was about you being a single dad.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what we're going to dive into today. So, man, it's great to have you back on. And we've been talking about this I was thinking about it a while.
I think I was chalked up, a little pencil in here, pencil in there,
And then
we'd meet back up again, and it'd be like, eventually, we'll go, okay.
Yeah, well, I remember the first thing that happened, because when we tried to, I don't even know if we tried to schedule it, but I was like, well, I can't do it then, because you had your, was it, not tonsils, but it was wisdom teeth.
Yeah, my wisdom teeth.
Wisdom teeth. And I was like, yeah, I can't have you talking like
I
I can't have you doing that.
You don't need drool on the mic. Yes.
No, I do not. But just to start out, just a general question, what's it like to be a single parent?
Well, honestly, to give people an understanding of it is the way I look at it. It's kind of like when you're expecting your first child. You see, you're nervous, you're scared, you're worried, and then you get your second child. You're like, oh no, I don't know. Well, the first child wasn't so bad, but I have two. One was easy, and you kind of progress. And people have had 4 or 5. I've got 3.
Yeah.
3 kids. We're good. I'm good with
crazy.
3. 3, and they're crazy.
They're crazy.
Crazy awesome.
Mm-hmm.
But so it's kind of like that. In hindsight, looking back, it scared me at first.
Of course. Yeah.
The idea of taking care of them all by myself, and it was like, that's a lot. But now that I'm in the middle of it, it's similar. It's like I look back and go, oh, okay, yeah. And life as a single parent, don't be afraid.
Yeah.
To take help when someone offers it. Yes, please.
Yeah. Yeah.
I've burned a few bridges in the beginning when I didn't accept it, or pride got in the way, or I got this, I could do it. And
right.
And it's just.
Well, I think that's probably, and, because I've heard it from other people, just in general, they've said that's probably just you being a guy on top of that, too. Guys are we don't want to ask for help, because 1, we don't want to be a burden.
Correct.
And 2, we also were like, we got this, we're the fixers. Like, we can fix our own situations.
Give me whatever problem, I'll do what I can to fix it.
Right. And you're probably thinking also, too, as, their dad, you're like, I'm the person that needs to fix this. Nobody else.
It's got to be on me. It's me. I'm the one there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, of course.
And, and let's be real, though. And God talks about this. You can't do this life alone, whether if it's single parenting or your walk.
No.
You can't do it. And, well, Lord knows, you're blessed with people around here that are helping you.
I am. I've had, from the get-go, I've had people helping pitch in and stepping up.
Mm-hmm.
Actually, people volunteering, which has been amazing. And now that my mom lives here, my mom and dad, they helping out tremendously.
Of course, yeah.
Getting them off the bus for me and whatnot.
Yeah.
And then I also have somebody else who is helping me out.
Mm-hmm.
My this will be out after the announcement, so I can't spoil anything. My fiance. Yeah, Miss Rachel, as the kids call her.
Yeah.
She's been helping out a lot. She's amazing.
Yeah.
She really is.
And she recently just moved down here, too.
A few months ago?
Yeah.
Time flies.
Because I know that where did she live before?
In Fountain, Florida is where it was.
Okay.
So the distance there is 2.5-hour drive one way.
Yeah.
Over time zone, so.
Yeah.
Yeah. As this, April 10th is 1 year since we started dating. Which is insane to think about. It's like, oh.
It's already been a year? I remember when you told me that.
Yeah, I know. I remember.
Just to give people some background, and no, I was not being nosy, okay? But Kyle was just glued a lot more to his phone than he usually was. And so, and I'm sitting in the choir, and I'm like, what's up? And he's like,
Nothing.
I'm talking with I'm talking with somebody, and I was like, oh, that's great. I'll be praying for that. And well, obviously, look where God's led you guys now. That's amazing.
Yes.
And and what's wild, and this has to change after this episode, but I've yet to actually speak to her yet. I've seen her, but I've just been so
it will change.
Like sporadic. I've been all over the place, and you know that. Like,
yes.
half the time I can't even get a chance to sit down anymore.
And when you are in the sanctuary, you're running around with a camera
or something. Something. I mean, like, half the time I can't even like sit down in the choir loft to sing anymore. Like I remember, like, what was it? I think it was during Bible conference. Like I'd put my Bible in a chair.
I remember that.
And then thinking I was going to get my seat saved. Well, that didn't happen. I go back up there. My Bible's in the chair still, but somebody's taken the chair, and so I go to put my Bible in a chair on the floor level. Yep. But then that one got taken, so I had to move it over another one, and I'm like, my word, these chair bandits over here.
Well, which is a good thing.
It is a great thing.
I mean, seeing a full choir loft is amazing.
Yes, it is. And but yeah, like I mean, going back because I was like. I remember you telling me from the get-go, I was like, oh, you're talking to someone, that's great. Yes. And I mean, praise God for that, and that kind of, and I'm going to like jump around now that we're,
no, you're good.
Now that we're talking about this. So, how did you make sure that, that your kids have that mother figure? Like before, she was in the picture. Yeah. How did you make sure that your kids had that mother figure or mother figures in their life?
For a little bit, there's a couple years where, their mother wasn't in contact with them for whatever reason. Yeah. So that was a really tough time. I mean, didn't have to juggle phone calls, but the emotions were there.
Of course.
So that makes, it's not a good trade-off. But, well, I mean, the volunteers, the ladies that have pitched into my life, I mean, I can name them off.
Is Miss Donna one of them? Or like I know that she kids with in the choir,
Yes. Well, she helps out with the kids. Yeah. Yeah. Well, there's also Miss Judy has pitched in. Amanda Rogers for a long time there. She was my go-to for a while there. Yeah. Kids love her. And then of course my mother, and I've got my sister-in-laws that have pitched in as well. Yeah. Where they can, and so I mean they've had ladies everywhere. Yeah. So they've had some, mother time. Like my daughter specifically needs some lady time because she's in a house full of guys. She is the lone lady in the house. Yeah. I mean, for now. Right. And so when she gets the opportunity, when someone goes, "Can I take your daughter for a sleepover?" I'm like, "Yes, please." Yeah. Go give her some. Yeah. So she. I feel bad for the boys, but they're a little young yet. Cause she gets the more.
She's the oldest. Right?
She's oldest and the only girl, so she tends to get more attention than them. But I try to put the intention out to make sure that the boys have time to do that too. Yeah. But
also with her being older too, I mean, you can trust that more. But also too, kudos to you for noticing or realizing that from the get-go. Like, hey, she's the only girl in the house. She needs that. So when that's offered. Jump at it. Obviously, with somebody trusted.
Just a random person on the corner.
No. Somebody trusted, obviously. Just want to throw that out there. We are not, Kyle does not do that, I promise you.
No.
But, that's awesome. And I'm glad you said that because I don't know that you do that. Like, I mean, and that's really, I would figure that, but.
Well, I try, and I try to make it fair too.
Yeah, of course.
So
I mean, hey, and listen, of course, I always single out Emmett because he was in my VBS group. But he, I tell you, he is a rascal, but I love him for it. Like he's you.
Yes,
he is.
Yeah. Oh no, more than you know. Like me as a kid, he is very much probably the closest to me out of the three of them as a kid, and. In good and bad ways. Yeah. But he's a sweetheart. He really is.
Well, I'll tell you, those Jackson genes are strong because they all look like you too.
Yes.
Like they all and what's funny is that with your brothers and all their kids, everybody, they all look like each other.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
And I mean, my people tell me I look like my mom or I look like my dad or whatever. I'm like, I guess. Like, I mean, I mean, their genes I don't think are as strong as other people's. I've seen some people's. It's just like twin.
Yep.
Like, you know,
I just need to change your hair color just a touch. And
Just-
there you are.
exactly, honestly. But like, because I was, you know, and people would tell me, they're like, you know, you look like, when I was younger, I looked like my dad. But
Yeah.
then, apparently, I guess as I've gotten older, I look more like my mom. And I guess, can people see that? I'm asking from somebody that's like,
I can see the connection. How's that?
yeah, okay, yeah.
Yeah.
Because some people, it was David Williams. He saw us at the steak night, and I came and sat down after I was again up on my feet doing something.
Yep.
And he was like, "Oh, now I see it in the face." I'm like, you know, because he had no idea who my dad was. He's like, because my dad had just said, "Here with my son," and my dad had no idea that I knew David Williams.
Yeah.
And he's like. And he was like, "Oh, I'm here with my son." And I sat, and he's like, "Oh, he's your son." And I was like,
yeah,
there it is. And then he's like, then I see it and then he's like, I saw it in the face, and I'm like, the only thing I'm hoping for, and I know I've said this to my dad, I'm like, listen, I hope I don't lose my hair like you, Dad.
Oh,
I hope I
well.
don't.
How old are you now?
I'm almost 20.
Oh, okay, so it's still possible.
It's still possible, yeah.
My dad lost his hair when he was early 20s. So
Yeah.
when my oldest brother was born, my dad was already balding. So that was 40 years ago.
Well, this is my
Yeah.
hope, right? Is that I was talking with I don't even know how we got on this conversation, but it happens with podcasts, right?
Oh yeah.
So, you know, I was talking to my hairdresser about that, like straight up. I'm wondering, am I gonna lose my hair, right? And she was like, well, you know, normally you take after your mom's side, and I'm like, well, good, because my mom's side's like the guys on her side are like they still got a full head of hair, it's just gray, and I was like, please, Lord.
No, well,
Like, it can go gray, okay? I don't care. That's fine.
I'm going. I mean, my kids keep pointing it out. They're
Well,
like, Dad, look, there's some white. Look, there's some. Mm-hmm.
Listen, you should do it on the sides right there. You have Doctor Strange, all right?
Mr. Fantastic.
Or
Oh, Doctor Strange too. Yeah.
Uh-huh.
No. I both of them.
You know?
I'm okay with either
Listen,
one.
I was thinking about it, and for the people that don't watch Marvel stuff, you're going to be really confused right now. But, you know, actually, I think Mr. Fantastic works better for you because you have so much to stretch and have to do. So there you go.
That's good. That's good.
That's
I like that. I like that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So, you know, and going back to the second question, because I've flipped them, we often hear that it's the mom who's the single parent. Like in a lot of stories, you know, you hear that, right? Mm-hmm. How do you try each day to show that dads can step up to the plate, especially when there's that, I guess, stigmatism that the dads are usually the ones that aren't in the picture, right? So, and you have the reverse. So,
well, honestly, the easy answer is by just doing. I mean, that's the simple.
Just being a dad, right?
But a lot of times, like I see the stereotype a lot, and I see the commonality with it because, like, my apartment complex I live at, I pretty much call it the single parents group because it's a lot of single parents that end up living with the kids there, and I am one of two dads that have their kids there. And so for a while there, we'd be out in the, kids playing on the playground. We sit in the group, and I just call us the mom group because it's just all the ladies and me, and so we just hang out. So I mean, honestly, it's just stepping up and doing what needs to be done. Yeah. And I will admit, it scared me. Like I said before, it scared me. Like even the idea, like when me and their mother were talking about separating, she had said offhand, just briefly, one time, that something about me taking care of the kids so she can do what she. And the first answer I said was, how am I supposed to take care of these kids and work full time? Like, how does that work? And I mean, I'll work 3 jobs so you don't have to. You take care of the kids. Like, I'm like, I could pull that off. But the sheer idea, like, it didn't even occur to me as a possibility. And then ignorance. And you're like, well. Women do it all the time. Like, they're single mothers. They're working as best they can. They got daycare. They got all this stuff. And it's like, oh. So, hindsight. It's not like it clicked and then I decided to take them. It was just take them. But then again, there's also this mentality of the dads are babysitters. They're babysitting their kids. And it's like, no, they're fathers. They're taking care of their kids. Yeah. So even when it was, when I was married, it was I would get upset when anyone said, "Hey, are you babysitting the kids for your wife?" And it's like, no, I'm not.
I've seen that.
So, but there's a lot that mentality is. So then that kind of fits in with the whole, like, well, of course the mom takes the kids because the dad's just a babysitter, and it's like I've had the mentality of I'm dad.
Yeah.
So it that helped kind of transition
And
with
I've
that
seen
perspective.
that stigmatism too, like a
yes.
lot. I mean, I've seen it like just portrayed in like media, right? And that's probably where that comes from. A lot of what we watch and stuff,
movies, TV shows,
right? And I mean, no, you're a dad.
Yeah.
You're present, okay?
Yep.
I'm gonna tell you right now, just because I am somebody of many people that watch you. I mean, because like everybody, okay, I'm not trying to sound a stalker, like what everybody does. Okay, everybody, watches you. That's in Northside and wherever you're at, and you are present with your kids.
Yeah.
I mean, but also, you are a dad to them. You're not like their best friend. You discipline them when they need to.
I love snuggling them. I love having one-on-one time. But
of course.
like honestly,
but sometimes you gotta lock in when you gotta lock in.
It's we're polite 3 times, and then all right, we're gonna have words.
And I mean, and let me tell you, and this is gonna, I mean, it shouldn't be a compliment, but like I love seeing that. Like, you are so present. Like I'm saying, it shouldn't be a compliment because
it should be common.
Right.
Yeah, it shouldn't be out of the norm. And I really wish it would be common. And not to say I look around and I see a lot of dads. Not that. It's just because I'll say it. There's a lot of dads around here that are stepping up and doing awesome.
They are.
Honestly, it really is, and it makes me happy.
I think that's changing too. I think
it is.
I think it's changing some. Like, I mean, I think some older generations, like, and again, we always point fingers at generations. So like, I don't want to go too far deep into that. It's like, oh, that generation was doing things wrong. Well, guess what?
Right.
We do things wrong too. Okay.
Technically, me and you are 2 separate generations, sir.
What generation are you?
A millennial.
Huh. I didn't. Well, I don't know why. For some reason, I thought we might have been the same one, but I don't.
No. I am 16 years your senior, sir.
Oh boy. Oh. Well, I was trying to make you sound younger, so,
I feel younger sometimes, and then I look at my kids and go, oh, yeah. I have a 10-year-old. Oh, yeah.
Really? Wow.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Dang.
Yeah.
So that makes me feel, that makes me feel old. Like, come on, it shouldn't. Like, but I mean, and having your example and then other people as well, how they, in their marriages and all that. So your example of being a father, and also seeing people's examples of how they are in their marriage, like, it's examples for me to go, like, that's how I want to raise my kids.
Yes.
And I mean, like, and keep being that example. Like, you don't know who's watching. Like, especially in the, because we have a variety of ages at Northside. Let's just use that as an example. We do. Like, with the youth, with the kids, or whatever. I mean, your kids might be picking, well, they are, I know they are, picking things up that you're doing, and they're going to use that. With their
good
kids.
And bad. I'm going to put that right now. They are picking up the good and the bad.
Well,
they are mirrors. You will see everything.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. But what are some challenges that you've had, as a single dad? But I mean, I know that you said it was scary, but what were some other things that?
Well, like at first, trying to figure it all out, like, okay, like instantly when I first took care of them, like full time, it was all right. How am I going to get them to school? Well, my daughter was the only one in school at the time,
right? But
how and then how to get them? They have to be in daycare. I'm like, well, then I got to coordinate, get her to school, and then getting her off the bus, and then getting them. And it was like I worked 5 or 6 hours a day. Max, just working my job and then doing that, but I was also doing full-time school at the time, so it was crazy. Not that the school amounted to anything at this moment, except for a student loan, but other than that, yeah. But I mean, it was juggling a lot of things, and honestly, I look back at it and I think it was a blessing to be that way, because I didn't have time to be like, oh no, I'm failing, or I'm missing this, or it was just like the next thing, the next thing. So doing that, the challenges was just juggling. And then when I finally had some breathing room, take a step back and assess and make the next appropriate step. And like the kids were in daycare for the longest time. Now that my parents live here, they are my babysitters. Yeah. For now. Yeah. Because Because when things change here in the next year.
Dude, I'm excited for you, dude.
I am That's too. Exciting. I've been smiling for 2 days now.
Well, I bet you have been. Well, since this is going to be out since you brought it up.
Yes.
Since it's going to be out after it gets announced,
Mm-hmm.
How'd that happen? Like what?
Actually, funny enough, I've had the ring for a month,
Uh-huh.
right? And I'm hiding it. My kids don't know anything about it, and I'm just like, how am I gonna do this? How am I gonna do this? And I know her well, and I know that she's not a public person. Don't take her to a ballpark and do it in front of everybody. That's no. And then like, well, you don't want to do it like at a fancy restaurant. There's too many eyes. Like she is very personal, but you don't want it to be just like, oh, here, and chuck the ring at her, and you know. So it was like, how am I gonna do this? How am I gonna? Okay, but I want to make it special. But and I'm not kidding. Sunday night dinner, my daughter Olivia looks at me across the dinner table while her and the boys are eating, and goes, "When are you gonna propose?" My 10-year-old daughter asked me, "When are you gonna propose?" And I'm like, "Funny you should say that," because my idea was Monday or Tuesday. And I'm like, hold on. And I go over into my bedroom quick, go find it. I pull the ring out and I show them. And all three of them go, "Oh, you're going to do it." And I go, "Yeah." And you're going to help.
Oh, that's great.
So I had them make signs. Well, my mom and dad helped, of course.
Of course.
Because they were there.
Yeah.
So my mom had them make signs that says, "Will you marry our dad?" And so they were like, "Miss Rachel, look." And she turned and looked at it. And then she ended up turning around and I was right there.
That's so sweet.
There's a video of it too. My dad was kind enough to take a video of it.
Listen, send that to me.
Oh no, it might get posted. I don't know.
Well,
it depends.
Listen, if it doesn't, I won't do nothing with it, obviously, but I just want to see it. You know.
Yeah, maybe later. Maybe
but
later.
That's so cool, dude.
Yeah, it was good, and of course she said yes. She said yes.
Praise the Lord. Yay.
Yes, and so.
Yeah. And I mean, from what it sounds like, your kids are like happy to have that mom right there. You know, to have a mom. That's that's great. And you know, and it sounds like to me she's already stepped up to the plate even before. You know, even
she
before
did.
y'all were.
And honestly, like she'd show up with me dinner a night here, and then the chaos of dealing with the kids, which I mean, anyone who has kids understands.
Yeah.
And I'll turn around and I'm like, and then she's like, she'll start doing some dishes or something, or help the kids sweep something up, and I'm like,
breathe, my man.
Oh, yeah. And it's funny. As soon as it's done, I just go up, give her a big hug, and go, "This is exactly what I needed," and I couldn't say the word.
I think she could see it. You know? I mean,
like I couldn't voice what I needed, and that's exactly what I needed. Thank you.
Yeah, that's so good. Well, for my final question before I have you pray us out is, what legacy do you want your kids to remember you by when they think of you?
I've thought about this one because you know. You gave me the questions to think about beforehand.
Hey, you're welcome.
So kind.
I didn't have to.
No, maybe the next one will be off the cuff.
Yeah.
But no, this one I really thought about it because, for good or bad and for perspective, like part of me is I try to I want to leave a legacy of. I hope they don't remember certain things. Like, you know, we think of our negatives. We think of the things that, oh, I messed up on this. I messed up on that. Oh, like if they could, they're definitely thinking about that. No, they're not. They're not. They're not thinking about your worst, you know, thoughts. But I'm hoping, like, of course, I know I shocked you the other day when I told you that every now and then they yell at my kids, and I mean every parent who's listening knows they yell at their kids every now and then. It happens. Anyway.
Yeah.
It's kids. It happens. Get your shoes on can only be said so many times at an appropriate volume before it gets to.
Right.
Anyway.
Yeah.
So, but those times, I'm hoping that it's not when they get older. They're like, "Well, Dad, I need therapy because you yelled at me for my shoes." Like, you know.
Well, I think things like that, they will come to realize that what it was for.
As they mature,
you know,
of course.
As they mature. And, you know, one thing that me and my mom have talked about, and I mean, you know, because let's be real, no parent is going to do everything perfectly. They're not going to do it.
There's only one perfect person on this earth, and it's not me.
Definitely not me either, man. But what's so cool about it, you know, we were talking about it, and she knows that her and Dad both know they didn't do everything right.
Right,
you know, and they're still messing up. Okay, they know that. And I can say that because we've talked about it.
Yep.
If we hadn't talked about it, I wouldn't say it. But, you know, and she was saying, well, you can take what you know that you weren't too happy with that we did or whatever, or things that we weren't happy with, and you can take that into your marriage, into your kids' lives, and change that.
Yep. Nope,
and then
that's a beautiful perspective.
Then it'll happen. You know, it'll happen with me too. Okay, there'll be things that that my kids will be like, "Oh yeah, you got to change that."
Mm-hmm.
Do it
for sure.
You know, Like for me, one of the things that I want to start with is making sure my kids go to church right in the get-go.
Yes.
Right? Okay.
Yes.
So, in like, not saying that my parents wouldn't do it, but I just never had the interest, and it wasn't like a major priority. So,
Right.
and so that's one thing that I want to step into is be a leader of the house, and also take my kids to church and my wife to church.
I will say one thing that I've noticed raising my kids, because I'm going to raise them like I was raised. And I'm like, okay, well, first off, that's never going to happen, because when I grew up, we were in a Catholic church till I was like second grade. And then that was it. Like, I didn't grow up with church.
Pretty sure that's in your first episode. Go listen to it if you haven't already.
130 something.
Yeah, 130 something. I think 136 or something like that.
Somewhere around there. But yeah, no, it's like, already that right there, my kids are in church.
Yep.
That's already a huge change from my childhood.
Exactly.
So
you're already doing better than what you had by doing that.
Not that my mom and dad did bad. They did
no,
awesome.
Of course. And the same with my parents, they did amazing, and they still are doing amazing. You're kidding me? They're still teaching me stuff, to this day. And I think, parents, they never lose that.
Yeah.
Despite, even if you're, shoot, my mom's in her, in her 50s, and her mom's still alive. They still, teach each other things.
Oh,
and,
yeah.
They're still learning from each other. They still bicker back and forth. So, despite age, not much changes. You're always learning.
Yes.
And hey, Jesus will use our parents to teach us
yes.
things.
And you know what's amazing? Jesus will always use you to teach your parents.
Yeah. And
No, I'm just saying.
I know. And look, I'd say me and Mom have the funniest things. Like, well, I'll say something, and then she'll realize I'm right. And she's like, I hate it when you're right. She's like, I hate it when you're right.
Right.
I'm like, well, it won't happen all the time, but
but I am going to relish when I'm right.
Oh, that's right. But dude, that's all the questions I have. But is there anything else that you want to add to encourage single parents that may be going through this right now, or before you pray out?
Well, like I said before, just don't be afraid to. Well, for one, ask for help when you need it.
Mm-hmm.
You're not being a burden. There is taking advantage of people, but when you need the help, you need to ask for it, because burnout is bad. Like,
especially as a parent,
as a parent, I'm not gonna lie. There were nights where the kids would be in bed, door shut, tears came. It was like I don't know what to do. Yeah. So don't be afraid to ask for help.
Of course. Don't be afraid to receive help when someone offers it.
That's good. As long as it's not a sketchy person.
Right.
No random on the corner.
That's right.
But and don't be afraid to for one, get your kids to church. Single parents, I'm sorry, you can do it. And I don't want to be blunt about it, but
that's the one thing.
Get kids to church.
And my thing is, especially if, obviously don't do it out of, just like out of pity or whatever. But,
no.
But like my thing is, you can find resources there. Like if you're struggling in that way, like
not gonna lie. There's state help. You can talk to your local church. You can reach out. You ask around. I'm gonna tell you, there's so many people that know good places for good deals on things. You're only gonna hurt yourself by sheltering. So don't do that.
That's good. Yeah.
Don't hide away.
Mm-hmm. That's really good. Well, think you can pray. Well, actually, before you pray us out,
yes,
I'll say we're praying for you, man.
Well,
about
thank you.
your future with your future wife. That's exciting. And praying for your kids. They're amazing, and we'll be praying for them and their futures as well. And I can't wait to watch them grow up. That's gonna be exciting. I know that you're like
take your time.
You're probably scared for that, but
yes, I am.
But it's gonna be exciting to watch all the different stages of their life. Though. I was talking with was it Miss Brenna? She had Truett in her office, today.
Oh yeah.
And I told her, I said, that just looks like a fun age, and it looks like it kind of does just because they're he's at the age where he can he's still cute, obviously, but he can he's doing things, you can have fun with because at a certain age, kids they don't pretty much do anything. You just have to take care of them.
Yeah, you just don't die.
Right.
Yeah, no. But he's in the fun age.
Yeah, he's in that fun age, and I told her, I said, that's the age I'm like excited. Like, you know, when I think of like you know, having fun with my kids. I mean, I have fun with all ages, or all the every stage. But like, that's the age I'm like excited for right now.
Anywhere between when they start talking and don't have a diaper anymore, and when they start talking back, that window, whatever that is, that's a fun window.
Well, you know, Mom told me that, you know, because she was so worried about my health when I was younger, she said that now, I mean, don't get me wrong, she loved all stages, like I just said, but she loves this stage now because we get to be friends.
Right.
So I thought that was a unique perspective too. Like, you know, 'cause some like, you know, parent relationships or like son-daughter relationship, parent relationship, they just aren't like that. Me and Mom are like thick as thieves.
Yeah.
Like you know that we make faces at each other in the choir all the time. Like, you know, you can't separate us because I mean I'm pretty much her in a male form. Like, and I've said that. If you're around us long enough, we're like, yeah, those two are the same.
Yeah, I can see it.
Mm-hmm.
I can see it.
Yeah. But ma'am, can you pray us out and then I'll close?
Yes.
All right.
All right. Dear Heavenly Father, Lord, thank you for this opportunity to be here to talk to Charlie about being a parent, the highs and the lows, the fun. I pray, Lord, that this would reach out to some people out there, single parent or not, anybody with children, that maybe it would encourage them, that they'd be able to see that parenting is normal. We're all human beings. We all have faults and flaws, and that maybe they'd be encouraged to be brave and reach out for help, or be willing to take up or be help to others that they may see that are struggling with parenting or children or anything like that. Because I will say, as one that had it is a blessing to be helped and to be the helper as well. So I pray for that. I also pray for Charlie here with this podcast. I pray that it continues to grow and do well. Numbers are just over 170 last I looked. That's amazing. I pray that this ministry continues to grow and that it glorifies you, Lord, as we continue through this. And I look forward to doing many more. Thank you, Lord, for this opportunity. In Jesus' name, amen.
Amen. Well, dude, thank you so much for coming on again. And you will be doing many more.
Yay!
So, and you know, who knows, maybe, you know, a duo one with, you know, the missus, maybe, if she's up to it, maybe one day.
Maybe one day.
You know, I think that'd be a fun one. In fact, I always have fun with the couples because they always go back and forth, you know, and stuff like that. But man, thank you for coming on. And for people listening, I hope this encouraged you. And, you know, I'm praying on it, and also put it in the comments if you'd like to see it. But I'm praying on doing an episode like this, but with a single mom. So, you know, getting that perspective.
Yes.
And so getting both perspectives. But if you'd like to see that, you know, comment that, subscribe, whatever. Do all the things, right?
Yes.
But thank you for coming on, man. And I'll see you guys in the next one. With another episode of the Young Minds Podcast coming to a close, I just want to remind you that you are never alone and faith is action. So let's get out there.